Hello and welcome back to my channel. Judging by the way I'm dressed, you could probably guess it's winter here in the Midwest. And with the winter weather comes a cold, dry air. That cold, dry air wreaks havoc on your body and your skin. So I am here to help you with that dry, itchy, just nasty feeling that you get on your skin. All right, first things first, I want to talk about why we end up with dry skin in the first place, and that is due to lack of moisture in our body. Our body is like 80% water, right? You need to constantly replenish it because it's being used. When your body is working, it's using up that moisture and you're basically drying up. And if you're not replenishing that constantly, then there's not enough to get all throughout your body to help it function properly and to go to your skin. Keeping yourself hydrated and replenishing that moisture that you're using up doesn't just have to do with drinking water. I talk to people and clients all the time who say, I drink tons and tons of water, but my skin is still dry. Well, I then ask them, what's your diet like? What type of activities do you do? Are you on medications? Because they all play a part in keeping that moisture level up in your body. For instance, here's just an example. I've talked to people who say they drink water all day long, but their diet might be high in sodium, or they're lacking certain vitamins to help their body work properly. So their body's working harder. So just because you're drinking lots of water, it doesn't mean your body's going to constantly stay hydrated. You have to have a balance there. And I've mentioned this in my videos before. So you have to look at all aspects of your daily lifestyle to see where it is you need to make improvements to keep that moisture level up in your body to improve. So now we get into learning how to keep that balance. If you are unsure of how to do this, a good place to start is with your doctor. You may not know where you're lacking or what you need to improve on. So this is for me personally, I started with having a full panel of blood work with my doctor to see what was I low in, was I deficient in something. Now I have an underactive thyroid, so I have to keep that under control. So you may have a health issue that you are unaware of as well that you need to get under control. And that health issue could be making your body use up nutrients faster than you realize. And then also it could be making your body use up moisture faster than you're taking it in. Okay, now I mentioned that your sodium intake can have a lot to do with your moisture in your body and how it affects your bodily functions in your skin. On the other side of that, some people have issues with sugars. That goes along the lines with having diabetes. I have some clients who come in and they have diabetes. That also then requires them to maybe take medication or they're on an insulin. That is going to affect how their body processes things as well. I take all of that into account when I'm dealing with a client and their skin. Getting all of that under control will create a domino effect. And then you'll start learning how to control your diet. And then eventually things will start getting better for your outward appearance. Your skin can get better. Then you can start with getting into a more complex skincare routine if you want to. But while you are doing all of that with your diet and your health, you can be implementing a home skincare regimen. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to be doing that home skincare regimen and thinking that nothing is happening because you're still trying to adjust. As your body's adjusting to the new routine, the new diets, this home skincare regimen is working. It's just going to be a little bit slow going with, like, you're not going to notice results right away. So you have to keep on it because the patience will eventually pay off. All right. Once you feel that you've got some sort of handle on your health and you've got a routine down, you have started a new diet, I recommend just stepping up your home skincare regimen just a little bit. Now, like I said, you should always have a simple home regimen throughout all of this. Whatever you're dealing with, you should still have a simple home skincare regimen, a cleansing and a moisturizing. At least do that. Bare minimum, do that. Once you feel you can step it up a little bit, I strongly encourage adding in an exfoliating step. If you have any type of health condition or you're taking a medication that makes your skin a little more sensitive, you need to make sure that you're using a gentle scrub to exfoliate your skin and don't go too harsh with it. So just look around and find something with just some simple ingredients, something that's good for sensitive or dry skin, and then use that starting once a week. Add it in once a week. I recommend doing it when you take a shower. That's when I do mine. It's easier to rinse it off. You can get a good rinse with it, and then slowly do it more often. Now, I do mine 2 to 3 times a week, especially in the winter time or when I'm having issues where my skin is extra dry. And then I recommend, once you get used to the exfoliating, or you can add this with the exfoliating if you feel like you're up to it, add in a mask. I recommend a mask with ingredients for hydration, extra hydration, mind you, vitamins for nourishment, something that's going to help kind of purify your skin so that you don't end up with blemishes. And even if you want to add anything in there for evening out your complexion, or something to brighten your skin. But you're going to want something with the hydrating and the nourishing components over anything else, because this is how you're going to help with that dryness. Once you are comfortable with all of that, if you want to add another step in there to just give it a little bit of push to really, really make your skin feel and look amazing, even when we're dealing with all this dryness, I highly recommend adding in a serum. Now, there are all sorts of serums out there these days. You need to make sure you're using the right one for your skin. So make sure that you know what you're getting into. Don't just go to the store and see like a serum on the shelf, and don't just grab one. Make sure you know what you're getting into. Ask a dermatologist, ask your licensed esthetician, some cosmetologists. So if you go to just a regular salon, a lot of cosmetologists these days are trained in a little bit of skincare. All right, we're going to go over some ingredients in skincare products that you can look for to help with hydration, moisture retention, and healing, and also help with to boost cell growth, or to boost your cells to help them retain any extra moisture it can. First thing is vitamin E. Vitamin E actually is in a lot of products that I've seen, but I also keep some vitamin E oil on hand in case I have a product that just needs that little extra boost, and I can add it to it, or I can put the vitamin E directly onto the skin and put the product over. And I've had great results from that. Second ingredient that I like to use or have in a skincare product is shea butter. I've actually been using shea butter to add to my recipe for my lip balms, and I love the effect it has on my lips as well as my skin. Another ingredient along those lines is jojoba. I actually have in my face scrub, it contains jojoba beads, and as well as fruit extracts with it. So when you combine some of these ingredients with other things, you get a really good product to get the best benefits of those ingredients. Another product that has been out there for a long time, and that's aloe. And I know a lot of people think aloe is only good for sunburn, but aloe has a lot of healing abilities because it helps to also calm the skin and retain moisture. That all works together to help in the healing process. So I like to recommend products with aloe for people who've had long-term troubles with dryness and damage to their skin from that dryness, because it can cause other issues. Lastly, I want to mention hyaluronic acid. I'm sure you see it everywhere. I see it everywhere. It's advertised in a lot of products, but its moisture retention ability and ability to help your cells kind of retain their own moisture and heal, and just there's a lot of qualities to this ingredient that are great to have in a skincare product. It works great when combined with other ingredients, and I think that's why I've seen it a lot in products lately. It's been advertised in a lot of products, so that is something you can look for as well. But if you want to go for more natural stuff, look for some of the other ones that I mentioned. And one ingredient in a product that I really love is cucumber. It is in my cucumber cleanser. It has really good cleansing and hydrating abilities, mixed with some other ingredients and vitamins in my cleanser. When I use this to wash my face, my skin feels so clean and refreshed, and just even before I do anything else on my face, I feel like my skin is just ready for the day. I put my moisturizer on right after, or sometimes if I feel the need, I add my serum to it, and it feels great. So cucumber, a lot of natural things these days are being added to products because people are finding out that natural is good. So look for those things, but make sure you know what you're getting into when you're looking for a more natural product. It helps. Okay, lastly, we're going to talk about what you can do when you go outside in these dry winter months. On top of everything else that I've talked about, you need to make sure you cover your face and your hands. That being said, I know some people don't completely cover their face, so you need to make sure that you also are applying some sort of sunscreen or moisturizer with a SPF in it, or maybe you have a moisturizing sunscreen. Or if you have to, you put your moisturizer and then your sunscreen. Do it in that order. Keep that skin protected. Wear a scarf if you can. Wear something that covers, I know sometimes it's hard to cover everything. Cover your hands as well, because your hands can dry out, and then what happens then is that if your hands dry out and your body has to send extra moisture to that part of your body, it's going to take it from somewhere else. Or your hands are just going to get so dry and they're going to crack and you're going to have issues. So cover your hands and your face the best you can. Make sure that if you have to be outside, you aren't outside for an extended period of time. I understand some people work outside. If you're going to be outside, pay attention to the amount of time you're outside. You may have to take a little break if you're able to reapply some sunscreen or adjust your face coverings or whatever. So there you go. Cover your face and hands. Wear some sort of sunscreen and moisturizer, and avoid being outside for a long period of time. I hope these tips were helpful to you, and please pass them along to your friends and family. Like and subscribe for more. Have a great day.